Can you still buy a decent house or townhouse under $750,000 in Northern Virginia? So in this video, I put together my top 10 either recently sold properties or they might still be on the market or under contract that have at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a dedicated parking spot. So it could be a garage or maybe like a driveway, that kind of thing. And as far as location, we're staying close to Arlington, Alexandria, Falls Church, Springfield, Annandale, Fairfax, those kind of areas. We're not going too far outside of, into Manassas or Sterling or anything like that. So basically staying within a 30-minute commute of the city. And I'll tell you why I like each property and show you some photos and everything like that. All right, so sit back, relax, grab a drink. I got my Santa Marta, my super cool Santa Marta coffee mug here, and let's jump into it. Okay, so here we have the first one. This one is in Cameron Station, and it's sold for $755,000. You have 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and about 2,300 square feet. You also have the garage spot, and let's take a look at some of the photos here. So it looks like it's been nicely maintained, or maybe they just have a great photographer. But you got stainless steel appliances in the kitchen, looks like hardwood floors. And you got the fireplace there. Cameron Station is a super cool neighborhood if you're not familiar with it. It's kind of like a planned community. You got townhomes, condos, and it's very walkable. It's like its own little, neighborhood. So bathrooms haven't really been like updated, but it's not bad. These units were built in 1999, so it's probably mostly original from 99. I'm sure they replaced the carpet, did some painting, hopefully replaced the HVAC, and you do have like little back patios as well as a deck as well. And let's see. And this one sold after 12 days on the market at full price. So the thing about Cameron Station, it's a very popular neighborhood. So there's good resale value there. And as far as commuters, there is a free shuttle for residents. And then you're about 10 miles to DC. And in Cameron Station itself, there's about 2,000 townhomes, condos, and single family houses in this neighborhood. And there is an HOA in Cameron Station. So it's $495 a quarter. And then you have an outdoor pool. There's meeting spaces, fitness center, walking paths. And one great thing about Cameron Station, there's tons of like community events. So if you want like an active community where you get to know your neighbors, hang out with them, meet new people, Cameron Station would be a good place to live. So let me just show it to you on the map as well. So it's over by Landmark area, actually DMV Iron. One of my favorite local gyms is over there. You got Old Town, DCA Airport. So super convenient area. And a very popular neighborhood. And one more thing to add is that 755 would kind of be on the low end for Cameron Station for these townhomes. So there's obviously a bunch of different models of these townhomes, and you can get bigger ones, more renovated ones. So you can even get like 800, 900K range. There's even properties in Cameron Station that sell over $1 million. So it is a fairly expensive neighborhood, but there's still some deals out there. All right, so we are moving on to the next property. And as always, feel free to reach out to my team and I below if you're looking to buy, sell, or have any questions about any homes in the Northern Virginia, DC area. All right, next up, we are moving to Arlington. This is over in Arlington Village, 700K, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Let's take a look at it. You are attached. It's one of these like 1950s townhouses, but you do have a parking spot right there. That looks like it's the neighbor's parking spot, but this driveway right here would be yours. And we got our nice recessed lights. I bet some of these don't have the recessed lights. Nice hardwood floors. It's not huge. How many square feet is this? 1136 above grade. And there's probably like another 500 or so in the basement. Dining room. Kind of have the open kitchen there. Nice looking kitchen. Nice appliances. Oh, and we even have a little sunroom there. You could probably like replace these with a more modern look. And we got a backyard patio, do the fire pit, and then they actually have some privacy, a little bit of privacy in the back. Bedrooms. So obviously the bedrooms are not huge, but you do have the 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths, which is nice. And you have a basement space. So it looks like you have pretty good ceiling height. The laundry's in the basement. I like that patio. Let's see if they have any other neighborhood. So as far as location goes, you're right off of Columbia Pike. So obviously there's like a lot of restaurants and like coffee shops and Glebe Road as well. And then you can see how close you are to, Ballston, Clarendon, DCA Airport. So this location is definitely great. The one downside, there's no half bathroom, so it's just the two full bathrooms, like one upstairs and then one in the basement. But location wise, resale value wise, definitely a good property. Everything new that comes in around this neighborhood is selling for like $2 million. That's more of the single family. But just given how close you are to everything, it's definitely a good neighborhood. And I'm a little biased because I grew up not too far from here. Yeah, and it even mentions walkable to coffee shops, restaurant, grocery stores, affordable daycares and preschools. Quick access to 395, 66, the Pentagon, Crystal City, and Ballston. Next up, we actually have a single family house that's sold in Arlington for $755,000. And those deals are like, they definitely come up. We'll look at the photos. It's not going to be a tear down or anything. Let's just go over the specs real quick. So 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,198 square feet above grade. And you actually do have a parking spot here. So you have a little driveway with a carport. It is kind of like on a slope, so some people don't like that, but no, it's not the worst. Yeah, it looks nice. You got the hardwood floors, nicely staged. Fireplace. We always want to check if the fireplace actually works. Dining room here. The kitchen is not like as open as some people might like it, but it's actually a pretty decent size. It looks like it was updated at some point, not brand new updated, but it looks kind of like this area, some additional like pantry space, I guess you could say. And we have 4 bedrooms and 2 baths here. That is the one downside. Obviously, you'd want that extra like half bath, but maybe you could add that. So we got the bathtub, shower, kind of the retro look going on. And then come down here. This looks like the lower level, and they got a walkout as well. Kind of a cool little space down there. And they have another bedroom or 2 on this level. They even have an unfinished space, so this could be like storage, laundry. Oh, that's super cool. They got a sunroom. That's a sweet room. So not much usable space in the yard. But they kind of have a little terrace going on. So if you're into yard projects, maybe you could do something like that. You get a nice little view, eat some lunch up there. So you can see where we are on the map, close to the airport, South Arlington. And it even says the backyard is a private oasis, mature trees, plenty of wildlife, backing to Fort Scott Park, supreme location, 0 stoplights to DC, close to Metro, schools, grocery stores, including Whole Foods, easy access to the Pentagon, Amazon HQ2, Virginia Tech Innovation Campus. Yeah, so location, this is great. The one downside, only 2 bathrooms, but it's not bad. I'd probably just add a half bathroom and then get into Arlington for $750K. I think somebody got a pretty good deal. Okay, moving on to Burke, $710,000. This one was 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,350 square feet. You got the little parking pad out in front. And people like Burke just because it's affordable, good schools, you're still close to things. You're not too far outside of like that DC commute. And look, it's pretty scenic as well. Got the nice hardwood floors, living room area, dining room. And we'll check out the kitchen. So the kitchen's not original, but not updated, but not bad. I mean, you can move into it. Move in ready, as they would say. Spacious family room area. So it's kind of like that split level style as well. Bedroom number 5. Yeah, it's hard to find like an actual 5 bedroom house. They got the old school dryer there. This would be the primary bedroom. Primary bath. So the primary bath is not huge, but $710,000 for a single family house. So yeah, it looks like it's been nicely maintained. You got a little bit of backyard, you got a patio, you got the scenery, probably get some deer and the various wildlife back there. And let me just show it to you on the map. So you're in the Lake Braddock School District, spacious cul-de-sac, no HOA. And they also did a new hot water heater, new washer dryer, updated windows. They did a new washer dryer. That dryer looked pretty old. Not a huge deal, but yeah. So easy access to Fairfax County Parkway, 495, 395. Walk to the Pentagon Express bus stop and 15-minute ride to Franconia Springfield Metro. And you're also close to popular Burke shop, restaurant, parks, recreation, biking. Yeah. So Burke is like, I think Burke was actually one of the hottest neighborhoods in the entire United States for a little bit of time, and it's still one of the most popular neighborhoods just because it affordability, nice houses, proximity, everything like that. Next up, we have Kings Park, $720,000 for a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. So kind of a similar type. I'll show you the location on the map, but 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,200 above grade. And then you also have a lower level with another 800 square feet. And it's funny, I have a friend that has a house. This is like got to be the same exact model house. You don't have a garage, but you have this like parking spot, and then parking is super easy in Springfield. And you got these tall ceilings here. Yeah, his house is exactly like this. And I believe, no, their kitchen is the same. They just updated it, but it definitely feels like very spacious. Yeah, you could update this, do some quartz countertops, paint these cabinets white, do some stainless steel. And then we have the hall bathroom here with the bathtub. Yeah, so this house looks well maintained. The shower. And then the lower level here is cool too, because they have kind of like a hangout area and then an actual bedroom kind of space. So you basically have like 3 bedrooms, 2 baths upstairs, and then 1 bedroom, 1 bath downstairs. And this looks like they did a waterproofing system. That's what that looks like right there. So they might have had water at some point, which is not uncommon. So we always ask about that. And then you kind of have the scenic backyard, which is super cool. You got the deck. My buddy's got a hot tub and a tiki bar in his backyard. And we got whatever you want to call this area. So let me just show it to you on the map. Kings Park, again, a super popular community, affordable. And you're commuting, but it's not like too far. There's different options. You're right outside of the Beltway there in a very popular neighborhood. All right, so we are moving on to the next property. And as always, feel free to reach out to my team and I below if you're looking to buy, sell, or have any questions about any homes in the Northern Virginia, DC area. All right, moving right along, we are in Fairfax. We have a townhouse with a garage, 730,000 end unit, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and about 1,200 square feet. So let's check this one out. Yeah, the end units obviously sell for a little bit more. Not to say they sell for like $50,000 more, but usually it's going to be like a minimum of $5,000, $10,000, sometimes 25 or 30,000, but probably safe at a minimum of 5,000. So we got our dining room here, nice hardwood floors. Again, they got it nicely staged. If you're ever selling a house, make sure to get it nicely staged and take good photos. Be surprised how many people don't do that. Yeah, the kitchen looks pretty good. You can move right in. Got our gas cooktop. Got our gas fireplace, it looks like. I was going to say I'd probably add some recessed lights, but it looks like they have a couple right there. We even have a patio. Got carpet. This is probably the primary suite. So we got carpet in the bedrooms. Yeah, this would be the primary suite. So they haven't updated it since, whenever this was built, probably the 90s. But it looks like decent space. You got your tub, shower. Oh, and they actually have 2 sinks. So I know that's actually a deal breaker for a lot of people. Looks pretty. I can't tell if that photographer was just incredible or if it's just a lot of space there. This would be the lower level. So it looks like you got a walkout space to hang out down here, a little workstation, you could say. Yeah, this is not bad. I mean, it's one of those houses that looks like it's been well maintained. You got a deck as well. Looks like one of those houses that's been well maintained, but not like, fully renovated or anything. But you got the patio below as well as the deck up top, end unit, well maintained. And let me just show you where you are. So this one actually had an offer deadline and sold after just 4 days on the market. And it does have an HOA fee of $191 a month, but you get an outdoor swimming pool, tennis courts, playground, walking path, snow removal, trash, that kind of thing. So nice little community here. A little bit further out, but you get a decent amount, get a decent amount of amenities and obviously good school district, everything like that. All right, next up we are in Falls Church, and this one actually looks pretty familiar because I was the one who sold this house. I had the buyer for this property. And this was a cool house because you're surrounded by like new construction homes that come in here are like $2-3 million homes. And you got this long driveway. It's a very quiet street. You got a carport. It's just a one level house. Like this house right here across the street was like a new construction home. This would be a great like starter home, or if you don't just need a lot of space. I think it was only, was it like 1,200 or under 1,500 square feet, but the owner had lived there for a while. She had maintained it very well. This again was not like a fully renovated house or anything. I mean, they got the stainless steel appliances, but my buyers were actually going to do some renovations here. So this was bedroom number one that's attached to the bathroom. So the one downside with this house was that the primary bedroom was not massive, but it's all very nice. 3 bedrooms all on the same level, 2 bathrooms all in the one level houses. I love the one level houses, and this yard was incredible. So we have the patio. It's a relatively flat lot, and they have dogs, so they basically bought it for their dogs. But it's fully fenced in and just a very nice, convenient area. And like it's hard to find a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house with parking, single family, like around the Arlington area. And one thing to note too, you see this tree in the front yard. So home inspectors will always recommend that you get a sewer scope out to the street in case, because with these older houses, sometimes the roots can get into the main sewer pipe. However, this owner had actually redone the main sewer line. So that saved my buyer, $15,000-$20,000 right there. And let me just show you the property on the map. But yeah, anytime you're buying a house with a huge tree in the front yard, always get a sewer scope, or have a home inspector look at it or see if the owner has like ever done anything with the main sewer line, because if it's an older house, sometimes it might need a full replacement. So easy access to 7 Corners, direct metro buses to East Falls Church Metro, Boston Metro, Vienna Metro, Tyson's Metro. So I could see this property going up in value just because, like I mentioned, every new house that comes in here is like a $2 million, $3 million house as far as the new construction ones. Next up, we are heading back to Fairfax. This one is a 5 bedroom, 3 bath house that sold for $750,000. I love the twilight photos. If you can ever do photos, always get at least one twilight photo. Kind of gives it a little bit of a wow factor. We got 1,500 square feet above grade, and then I believe there is a lower level here. Yeah, so you got another 1,100 square feet below grade. So let's check this one out. You got our little driveway, no garage, but there is a carport here. So, with snow, you can get out of that snowy weather. And this is nice. Look at all these recessed lights, nice hardwood floors. They got it staged, dining room here. So kitchen is not updated, but it's not bad either. I guess you could say it's partially updated. You get the stainless steel appliances, might be like vinyl type of flooring. I believe that's Corian countertops. So yeah, definitely not brand new, but not super outdated. The windows do look a little bit, say, original. And this would be the primary bathroom here. So we got our shower, just the one sink, but you do have a walk-in closet here. Bedroom number 2 on the upper level. And then this is the hall bathroom with the tub. And then walkout rec room with a wood burning stove. They updated the flooring. You got the luxury vinyl flooring here. Lower level bedroom 3. Lower level full bathroom. Lower level bedroom 4. So it's kind of like 2 bedrooms on one level, 2 bedrooms on another level, which some people don't like. But if you want to get that, well, actually, it's 5 bedrooms. So 3 upstairs and then 2 below. Storage looks pretty clean for like a storage room. And pretty nice backyard. Look, we got our patio area. We got, looks like it's fenced in. We got the trees all around. This is pretty green, pretty scenic. Wow, this is like a some backyard oasis they got. And they said tomatoes, perfect area for play sets. Yeah, not bad at all. Would a lovely gazebo fit here? Yeah, you could do maybe a little gazebo back there. Yeah, this I kind of like this one. And let me just show you where we are on the map. So we're in that Kings Park area again, which is really for 750 price range. If you really want that, like 4 or 5 bedrooms with a nice house, driveway, you're probably looking at Kings Park. And they did roof 2022, heat pump 2023, hot water heater 2021, civic association and pool membership available. And then 2 miles to Fairfax City, convenient access to Pentagon, commuter bus. Definitely a good option for that 750 range. Next up, we have Annandale, and this property breaks my heart because I actually made an offer on this one, and I thought we were going to get it, but then a cash offer came in. Apparently, they had a cash offer that was pretty low. We made an offer, and then the cash offer found out about it, of course, because they said, hey, we got another offer, and then they increased their price and beat us out. But I really like this property. This was a one level. I like these one level houses. One level house, 2,600 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths in Annandale. And what's cool about this property is that, it's just a cool, like big one level house, kind of like spread out on this one level. But all around you, you had these like $1 million houses. So you had a big open kitchen right there. I really thought I was going to get this one. I was like 90% sure we were going to win it from my buyer. But they had a great kitchen. It's a pretty updated house. Like we didn't obviously do a home inspection on it because we weren't under contract. And I think they converted, I think this room, it was a garage, and then maybe they converted it into like a living room kind of space, or like a movie room. Bedroom here. You got the tall ceilings. The bathrooms are pretty updated. Yeah, the bathrooms are pretty. Bathrooms, kitchen were nice. I remember this house, like in the back, it like needed some landscaping help, I guess you could say. But yeah, you got a patio out here. Yeah, this house, man, this was like the house that got away. Yeah, so back here it was kind of like rough and whatever. It's just backyard trees that you want to cut back. But yeah, so this must have been a garage, but you had plenty of space for parking here. It was a flat lot, scenic lot. And let me show you the location here. So you're near Lake Barcroft, inside the Beltway. Yeah, this was a super cool house. The driveway fits 8+ vehicles. Okay, so they did the renovation in 2014. All right, so this is the last house for today. And if you want to see any videos for your specific criteria, whether it's like, a 4-bedroom house in Arlington under $1 million, a $2 million house in Alexandria, drop it in the comments section below and sign up for my email list, and I will make a specific video just for your criteria. I'll find the top 5, top 10 houses in your criteria, and we'll let you know my thoughts and everything like that. So here we got a townhouse in the Seven Corners area. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, 2 half baths, about 1,700 square feet. You got the garage space, and this one closed for $765,000 and was on the market for about a month, and they started at $790,000. So let's take a look at some of these photos here. You got nice floors. Looks like it's been well maintained. They got the staging going on. That refrigerator is like one of the cheapest refrigerators you can buy, but I'm just kind of being nitpicky here. And it does look like original cabinets, but still a nice kitchen. It's open. Looks like it gets good natural light. You got some recessed lights there, some seating at the countertop here. And you kind of have like some tree nature views in the back. I mean, I know you're in Seven Corners, like it's a little more dense in some parts over there, but it's nice to have a few trees. And you got tall ceilings in the primary suite, the vaulted ceilings. And it's not updated in the bathrooms, but we do. And it's not updated in the bathrooms, but at least you have the space to do it. You got the two sinks here, and then we got our shower and tub. Yeah, so original bathrooms, but you could design it however you want. And then we got our walk-in closet, carpet in the bedrooms. Again, that's something that's easily changeable, fixable. Hallway bathroom here. So yeah, original. Looks like they probably did new floors down here. You got our fireplace, and we got the walkout basement as well. Got our laundry in the basement. And we even have a little deck again, kind of a little bit of privacy back there, which is nice. So you could have, drink some coffee out there. Maybe I'd have to see if you're allowed to do like a gas grill because you're so close to the vinyl siding there. And we got a nice little patio back here with the trees. Yeah, I like that this is a walkout too, because some of these are not, they don't have the walkout. And here we are on the map. So you're in Seven Corners, pretty close to Arlington. And yeah, this home has over 2,000 square feet of living space. Recent major upgrades include roof, windows, LVP, HVAC, and hot water heater. So let me know which house from today was your favorite, and definitely reach out to my team and I below if you're looking to buy or sell in the Northern Virginia area, or if you have any questions on any homes.